Hello friends, in this video we are going to see flow of viscous fluid between two fixed parallel plate. So as you can see in the diagram here, so there are two plates, one on the top and one at the bottom. So two parallel plates are there and this is the center line. This is the center line. So two parallel plates are there and this is the center line, and first of all you can see that this is the velocity profile and V maximum is at the center, correct? We know that at the center we are having the maximum velocity and at the wall velocity is 0, almost same as your flow inside the circular pipe. So velocity V z equal to 0, so z is measured in this direction, so that is away from the wall, so z is 0 at the wall, so Vz equal to 0 at the wall, and shear stress distribution is your parabolic, right? So why it is parabolic, that also we are going to see in the from the equation. Shear stress distribution is parabolic. Next is your shear rate, or gamma equal to 0 at the center line. So at the center line you can see that the shear stress tau or gamma is 0, tau equal to 0 at center line. Different symbols are used in different books, so tau is generally most commonly used. So shear rate or shear stress is 0 at the center line. If you go away from the center line, that is towards the wall, the shear stress keeps on increasing on both sides, correct? So that is shear stress is maximum at the wall, tau max you can write here. Tau max is also written as tau naught, correct? That is tau at y equal to 0 or this 0 distance from the wall. Look at this note here. The pressure gradient in the direction of flow is equal to shear gradient in the direction normal to flow. So pressure gradient, you know that pressure gradient is always written as dou p by dou x. Pressure gradient is always written as dou p by dou x. What is dou p by dou x? Dou p by dou x is always written as p2 minus p1 by x2 minus x1, correct? As per the note, it is written that the pressure gradient in the direction of flow, so this is the x direction, pressure gradient in the direction of flow is equal to shear gradient in the direction normal to flow. Shear gradient means dou tau by direction normal to flow. Normal to flow means what is the normal direction of x? Y direction, correct? So dou p by dou x equal to dou tau by dou y. So this is the very important equation. From this equation only we are having a big derivation, and from this we can find out the expression for shear stress, and that is written here. So this is second case, so we are writing 2a. So first case of the second section, shear stress distribution, tau is equal to minus of dou p by dou x 1 by 2 t minus 2y. So you can see here dou p by dou x and t are constant. What is t? T is the thickness. I will write here t is the thickness of the plate, or you can say distance between the plate. So what is from the center line? What is the distance from the center line? T by 2, correct? So tau equal to minus of dou p by dou x 1 by 2 t minus 2y. This is the general formula for finding shear stress at any point between the two parallel plate. So here dou p by dou x is constant, 1 by 2 is constant, correct? T is constant. So I can say that your tau directly varies with the y. What is the power of y? Power of y is 1. So I can say that shear stress varies linearly with y, and that's why we are getting a linear shear stress distribution. So this is a linear shear stress distribution. Okay. Now shear stress is maximum. Look at this point. Where is shear stress maximum? Shear stress is maximum at y equal to 0, correct? At the wall, correct? I told you that y is always measured from the wall, and if it is a circular pipe, your r is always measured from the center line, correct? So shear stress is maximum at y equal to 0. If you take the bottom plate as reference, you can write y equal to 0 and y equal to t also, other end of the plate, right? Other plate. So at this location, we are having the maximum shear stress. But where is the zero shear stress? Zero shear stress is at the center, and I can write y equal to t by 2. Correct? Y equal to t by 2. You can see here y equal to t by 2. Now I want to find the value of maximum shear stress tau max. If you want to find out the value of maximum shear stress tau max, then what you have to do? Tau max means you have to put y equal to 0, either y equal to 0 or y equal to t. In both the case, you will get the maximum shear stress. And after putting y equal to 0, you know that you will be getting minus. If you put y equal to 0, first case, let us say this is the first case I am taking, y equal to 0. If you put y equal to 0, you will getting minus of half dou p by dou x into t. Correct? Another value you will get if you put y equal to t, this value. If you put y equal to t, then t minus 2t is minus t, minus minus plus t. So you are getting plus half dou p by dou x into t. So these two values you can see here, it is already written. Correct? So maximum shear stress, zero shear stress, and where is the location of maximum shear stress in terms of y. Okay, let's go to the next section to find out the point 2b. So same case here, flow of viscous fluid between two fixed parallel plate, but now we are going to see after shear stress we are having the velocity distribution 2b. So this formula what you see here, u equal to minus of dou p by dou x t minus 2y, sorry, so u equal to minus of dou p by dou x 1 by 2 mu ty minus y square. Correct? So this particular formula is known as velocity distribution for flow between two parallel plates. But what is the importance of this equation? This equation is the general formula for finding velocity at any point between the two plates. Correct? As we have seen the general formula for finding velocity in case of circular pipe. What was the formula? Minus of 1 by 4 mu dou p by dou x. Correct? Into r square minus of r square. So here slight changes there, you can see u equal to minus of dou p by dou x 1 by 2 mu ty minus of y square. Here also dou p by dou x, mu and t are constant. So what is remaining? U directly varies with the y square. That is why your velocity distribution is parabolic. Correct? Now 2c point, ratio of maximum velocity to average velocity. So this is very important. I told you it is not given in any of the book and you have to derive it. So I have done it and I have kept the value here. So in case of pipe, you know that average velocity occurs at small r equal to capital R by root 2. Correct? That is your 0.707 of capital R at this value. But for plate, it is not given in any of the book. You have to find out. So the value here is 0. So you can see here what is the percentage. From the center line, it lies at a 70.7%, you can say. Correct? So in this case, your average velocity occurs at 78.86 distance from the wall. Correct? T. And y equal to 0.21135. So there will be 2.1 below the center line, 1 above the center line. So average velocity. So you can use any of the value to find out the velocity at any point. I mean average velocity. So what is the ratio of maximum velocity to average velocity in this case? So you already have the general formula for finding velocity at any point. So and we know the conditions. First of all, u max. Where was the maximum velocity? At the center. At the center, what is the value of y? Y value is t by 2. So I have kept here, you can see minus of dou p by dou x 1 by 2 mu t into this y value I have kept here, that is t by 2, and then t square by 4, that is y square is t square by 4. Now in the average, what is the formula? You have to replace, in place of y you have to keep 0.7865 t, either this value or this value. From both the value you will get the same answer. Minus of dou p by dou x 1 by 2 mu 0.78865 t whole square minus of 0.78865 t whole square bracket close. So if you calculate, definitely this thing will cancel, correct? T square also cancel. So 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4 will be there in numerator, and denominator you can see 0.7865 minus 0.7865 square. So if you calculate, you will be getting value nearly equal to 1.49, 1.45. Okay. What is the reason? What is the reason you will be getting a value near to 1.5, not exactly 1.5? Because of the decimal places. You can see the values are not accurate. I have taken at least 5 digit after decimal. That's why I'll be getting value equal to 1.4999 something. Okay. So you can write 1.5, no problem. That means your maximum velocity is 1.5 times the average velocity, correct? And so 1.5 means you can write 3 by 2, 1.5. But in case of pipe, it was 2 times. Your maximum velocity is 2 times of average velocity. So you can see the difference. Now, last point for this case, 2D, drop a pressure head for a given length of the plate. So from a point, a leading edge of the plate at a distance L, or for a given length, particular length L of the plate from one coordinate to another coordinate, you have to find the loss of pressure head, correct? So in the last case of circular pipe, the formula was P1 minus P2 by rho g, P1 minus P2 by rho g equal to 32 mu u bar L by rho g d square, correct? Now there is a slight change here for the plate. It is 12 mu u bar L by rho g t square. In place of diameter, we are having thickness, and in place of 32, we are having 12. That's all. Rest all are same only. So this formula is widely used for finding the drop of pressure head for a given length of plate. Okay. Now we'll see one more flow, that is Corti flow. Corti flow is also as a flow between two plates only, but there is a small difference here. What is the difference we are going to see here in the Corti flow? So yeah, so Corti flow actually is not that much important, but sometimes questions may come from this flow also. So what is the difference between Corti flow and the earlier case? First of all, look at the definition here. In the bottom it is written, Corti flow is the flow of a viscous fluid. Very, very important word. I will make a circle here for the important word. Viscous flow, a viscous fluid in the space between two surfaces, one of which is moving tangentially relative to other. One of which is moving tangentially relative to other. The configuration of two parallel plates, very important, or the gap between two concentric cylinders. Correct. So what is the meaning of this? So you can see here Corti flow. Here also there are two plates. There are two plates. Correct. So one plate is stationary. The bottom plate is stationary, but the upper plate is moving. Upper plate is moving with the velocity u in this direction. So you will be getting velocity profile like this. Because this is stationary, at this point velocity will be 0, correct, and slowly it will increase because of the viscosity. It will drag the fluid in this direction. This is y. So this is y axis, this is x axis, and velocity is measured in the direction of x, so it is your du by dy, correct? So that's all this thing it is written here. Velocity gradient dou u by dou y, and y axis, this will be your x axis, and boundary plate 2D, two dimensional plate surfaces, that's why it is written surfaces. Boundary plate, two dimensional moving, right? In this direction it is moving, you can see. And shear stress and fluid is present here between the two plates, but the one plate is moving relative to the another plate which is at a stationary condition. So shear stress acting here definitely between the fluid layers, and velocity gradient shown dou u by dou y. So Corti flow is the flow of a viscous fluid. So what are the important conditions of Corti flow? How you will say that whether a given flow is Corti flow? I'll tell you. First, the flow should be laminar or also known as viscous flow. Correct. Number one condition. Number two, two parallel plates. Two parallel plate or two concentric cylinders. That is two surfaces. Two concentric cylinders. Two concentric cylinders. This question already came in the exam. And third condition is that relative motion. Relative motion. Okay. So then only you can say that the flow is a Corti flow. Corti actually was the name of the scientist. He just analyzed over this type of flow. So the name is given as Corti flow. Let us see some more things about the Corti flow. So as I told you, what are the important points? It is mentioned here. You can see it is a laminar flow. Correct? Laminar flow, viscous fluid in the space between two parallel plates, one of which is moving relative to other. The flow is driven by the virtue of the viscous drag force. I told you, right? Because of the drag force, the fluid is moving in the direction of moving plate. Viscous drag force acting on the fluid and the applied pressure gradient on the plates. So pressure gradient, that is dP by dx, can also be applied on the plates. The flow is driven by the virtue of the drag force acting on the fluid and the applied pressure gradient between the plates. Pressure gradient is again dP by dx. If you apply some pressure difference between one another point, that is P2 minus P1 by x2 minus x1, that is called applied pressure gradient. Because of pressure only, the fluid flows now, mostly high pressure to low pressure. So this is the height or distance between the two plates, x axis here, y axis here, and this moving two-dimensional plate. And this is the velocity profile linear, ux h. That means you want to find the velocity at any distance x. So at height h, then v is the velocity. Here your height is 0, so velocity is 0, and fluid is present in between the plates. Okay, thank you.